You are on duty in the deep, dark void. The bridge of the starship, Vigilance, is quiet. It is the kind of quiet that sinks into your bones. Below you, the soft hum of the life support. Above you, the endless silent sea of stars. Your console displays long-range sensor data. It is a river of green light flowing across the screen. Everything is normal. Everything is boring. You almost wish for something to happen. A rogue comet or a solar flare would be nice. Anything to break the crushing monotony of the patrol. You sip your lukewarm nutrient paste. It tastes like regret and recycled water. A classic vintage for the outer quadrants. Then, a flicker. A single pixel on your scope blinks from green to red. It is a tiny island in the data stream. It should not be there. You lean forward in your chair. Your heart gives a little kick. This is new. This is different. You magnify the sector. The red dot remains. It is not a ship signature. It has no energy profile. It is not a starborn body. It has no mass. It is a ghost, an error in the system. You run a level 1 diagnostic. The report comes back in seconds. All systems are green. The sensor array is working perfectly. The dot is real. You flag it for the watch commander. He glances at it from his station. He is a man who has seen too many false alarms. "It is a sensor ghost, Lieutenant," he says. His voice is tired. "Log it and move on." You want to argue? You want to insist? But you are a junior officer. You follow orders. You log the anomaly. But you do not move on. You keep your eyes fixed on that single point of data. It feels like a splinter in your mind. The ghost does not fade. It does not move. It simply is. An hour passes. The watch commander has forgotten all about it. But you have not. Because the dot is growing. It is not expanding like a gas cloud. It is not brightening like a star. It is replicating. More red pixels appear around the first one. They form a perfect line. Then a second line appears parallel to the first. It is an impossible pattern out here in the chaos of space. It is too clean, too perfect. You override the commander's dismissive log. You escalate the alert. "Commander," you say, your voice tight. "You need to see this now." He walks over to your station. His casual expression fades as he looks at your screen. He sees the impossible geometry taking shape. He sees the error that is not an error. Alarms begin to chime across the bridge. Other stations are picking it up now. The ghost is becoming a phantom. The phantom is becoming a presence. "Go to red alert," the commander orders. His voice is steel. "Get Captain Eva on the bridge. Waken the whole crew." The ship comes alive around you. The quiet is shattered by sirens and running feet. The main view screen flickers to life. It shows the sector you were watching. It shows the source of the anomaly. For a long moment, there is nothing. Just the familiar blanket of distant stars. Then you see it. The stars begin to disappear. One by one, they are snuffed out. Not blocked by an object, simply gone. A patch of absolute blackness is growing in the void. It is a hole in reality itself. It is a wave of nothingness, and it is moving directly toward you. The blackness resolves itself on your sensors. It is not empty space, it is a fleet of ships. Their forms absorb all light. They are stark, geometric shapes. Perfect spheres and cubes and pyramids. There are no windows. There are no visible engines. There are no lights. They are tombs flying through the night. They move in absolute silence. They do not appear on any energy scanner. They are present only to your eyes. The crew on the bridge stares in stunned silence. These are not ships from any known race. They are something else entirely. Something ancient and terrifying. This is the veil. They do not fire lasers. They do not launch missiles. They simply advance. A wave of distortion ripples out from their fleet. It is a shimmering curtain of broken space. You watch as a small moon in your path meets the wave. The moon does not explode. It does not shatter. It just ceases to be. One moment, a sphere of rock and ice. The next, nothing. The star field behind it is visible again, as if the moon was never there. A collective gasp echoes around the bridge. This is not warfare. This is extermination, an unmaking of the universe. Brace for impact, the captain shouts. You grip your console. Your knuckles are white. You watch the shimmering wave wash over you. The ship does not shake. It screams, a high-pitched, metallic shriek of tortured metal and dying systems. The lights on the bridge flicker and die. The hum of the engine sputters and falls silent. Then, darkness. Absolute, terrifying darkness. The silence that follows is worse than the scream. It is a heavy, final silence. The silence of a tomb. Emergency lights flicker on a moment later. They cast long, dancing shadows across the bridge. The crimson light makes everything look like a bad dream. Half the consoles are dark and broken. Sparks rain down from a damaged ceiling conduit. The air smells of ozone and fear. You push yourself up. Your head is ringing. You look at the main view screen. It is still active, powered by emergency reserves. You see the Veil fleet? They have stopped. They form a perfect sphere around your crippled ship. A cage made of black, silent hunters. They are not attacking anymore. They are simply waiting, watching. Their patience is more terrifying than any weapon. They have you trapped. They know it. And they want you to know it too. You are a fly caught in a starborn web. You try the communications panel. It is dead. Not just damaged. The entire system feels hollow. You try to send a distress signal. There is nothing to send it with. The comms have been unmade. You check the engine status. The main reactor is offline. The secondary reactor is gone. Vanished. You are adrift. Powerless. The ship is a cold, metal corpse. The only thing working is life support. For now. You are alone. Utterly and completely alone. Cut off from the rest of humanity. Your small island of light and air is surrounded by an ocean of patient death. A junior ensign begins to sob quietly at her post. No one tells her to stop. The sound is a small, human thing in the vast, inhuman silence. The enemy waits. The perfect, silent enemy. What do they want? Why did they not just unmake you entirely? The question hangs in the air, thick and suffocating. The silence is their weapon now. It is a tool to break your spirit, to make you give up hope, to let the dread consume you from the inside out. You look at the faces of the bridge crew. You see your own fear reflected in their eyes. You are in a prison of stars, and the jailers are waiting for you to break. The initial shock begins to fade. It is replaced by the cold, sharp edge of reality. You need to know how bad the damage is. You need to know who is left. Status reports. You call out. Your voice sounds strange in the quiet. It cracks slightly, but it is a voice. It is a start. Reports begin to trickle in. They are grim. Main engineering is gone. Not damaged, just gone. A whole section of the ship wiped from existence. The medical bay is reporting heavy casualties. The unmaking wave was not a clean cut. It left chaos in its wake. You look toward the command chair. Captain Eva should be there. She should be giving orders. Her calm, steady presence should be the anchor in this storm. But her chair is empty. A heavy support girder has fallen from the ceiling. It lies directly across the command platform. Your blood runs cold. Captain? You call out. There is no answer. The watch commander, his face pale, checks the area. He looks back at you. He just shakes his head. A single, slow gesture. Captain Ava is gone. The first officer was in engineering. He is gone too. A wave of dizziness hits you. The chain of command has been broken, shattered. Someone needs to take charge. Someone needs to hold this crew together. A young ensign, her face streaked with grime, turns to you. Her eyes are wide with a terrifying question. "Lieutenant," she says, her voice trembling. "What are your orders?" The words hang in the crimson air. Orders? You have never given an order of this magnitude in your life. You are a sensor specialist. You look at screens and interpret data. You are not a leader, but you look at the command roster on a functioning side panel. The names are listed by rank. Captain Eva, strike through. Commander Jax, strike through. Lieutenant Commander Rorik, strike through. Then your name. Lieutenant, you are the highest ranking officer left on the bridge. You are the highest ranking officer left on the ship. The realization is a physical blow. You are in command. The weight of it is crushing. 170 souls are on this ship, or what is left of them. And they are all looking to you. They need answers you do not have. They need a plan you have not formed. They need hope, and all you feel is a cold, creeping dread. You take a deep breath. You force the panic down. You cannot afford to break. Not now. Not in front of them. You must be the captain they need, even if you're just playing a part. Damage control, you say. Your voice is firmer this time. Give me a full accounting of what we have left. Every system, every person. Now, it is a simple order, but it is an order. It gives them a task. It gives them purpose. It pulls them back from the edge of despair. The crew springs into action. A sense of normalcy, however fragile, returns to the bridge. You have taken the first step. You have accepted the weight. Now you have to figure out what to do with it. The reports paint a bleak picture. Weapons are gone. The main drive is a memory. Long-range communications do not exist. But as the chief engineer, Aris, reports from the secondary engine room, he mentions something odd. Something that does not fit the pattern of destruction. The unmaking was precise. He says over the internal comm, "It took out our command systems. It erased our ability to fight or run. But it left life support on minimal power. It left the emergency lighting and our backup fusion core. It is untouched." You look at the view screen. The Veil fleet remains in its perfect formation, unmoving. They could have destroyed you completely. A single focused wave would have done it. But they chose not to. They crippled you with surgical precision. They disarmed you. They isolated you. It was a logical, efficient, and devastatingly effective strategy. Logic. That is the key. You watch their patrol routes. The small scout ships that glide between the larger vessels. Their paths are perfect. No deviation, no wasted energy. They move like parts of a single, vast machine. A unified mind. There is no individuality. There is no dissent. There is only cold, hard calculation. A thought sparks in your mind. It is a wild, desperate idea. An idea born from the edge of despair. If they are perfect logic, what is their weakness? What is the one thing a purely logical entity cannot comprehend? What is the opposite of perfect order? Chaos, human chaos. The unpredictable, messy, and often illogical nature of your own species. You are not a perfect, unified machine. You are a collection of flawed, emotional individuals. And that might just be your only weapon. You pull up the ship's internal schematics on your console. You trace the network of plasma conduits that run through the ship. They are designed to carry energy safely, but they can be overloaded. They can be made to rupture. Not in a catastrophic explosion, but in small, unpredictable bursts. You could vent raw plasma into the void, create random energy signatures, make the ship look like it is tearing itself apart. It would be an act of madness, a strategy no sane commander would ever consider. It is self-destructive. It is illogical. It is perfect. Chief Aris, you say into the comm, "I have a plan. You are going to think I am crazy." "Lieutenant," Aris replies, his voice weary. "Right now, crazy sounds better than dead. You explain the idea. Venting plasma from random conduits, creating a light show of pure chaos. No pattern, no purpose. Just raw, unpredictable energy flooding the space around you. A temper tantrum on a starship scale. It would be a huge gamble." "You want us to do what?" Aris asks, his voice full of disbelief. "That could breach the hull. It could take out what little power we have left. Lieutenant, that is a good way to finish their job for them." His skepticism is a heavy weight. He is right. It is a foolish plan. You look at the silent fleet on the view screen. The perfect enemy. They expect us to fight back logically, you say, or surrender, or just wait to die. They will analyze our every move. They will predict our every strategy. You pause, letting the silence hang for a moment. They will never predict this. They are all logic. They cannot compute sheer, unadulterated stupidity. We are going to give them a variable they have never seen before. We are going to give them us. A small chuckle escapes Aris over the comm. It is a tired, broken sound, but it is there. Venting plasma because it is a dumb idea. He muses. Nobody can say this command is boring. He has bought in. Your first test is a success. Now you must prepare for the real one.